And I'm back in another one, so I am back after all. I'm going to continue making videos. Right, this is the last update you're going to see on the Kodiak, hopefully. You'll notice that I've called it a restoration in the title, because this is the most I've ever done to a quad, and it's the most pain I've ever had with a quad. But now it is 100% sorted. Just to recap on what I've done with it. Engine's had new valve guides, new valve seals, new valves. It's had new piston rings, the bore's been honed, it's had new head gasket obviously, new coolant, 4 oil changes since the rebuild, etc, etc. It's had a front main seal, a rear main seal, a new front prop shaft, a new front prop shaft coupler, diff oils changed, it's had a new needle valve in the carburetor, it's had a new intake manifold, new air filter, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. It's had new bulbs in the headlights, the racks have been painted. Just an unbelievable amount of work. But really it is starting to pay off because it came with all the nice extras. It's got King Quad 500 actual alloy wheels on it and massive oversized tyres. It's got a sports exhaust fluid. I'm not sure if I like that. It's got the worn winch on the front, Yamaha genuine worn winch. You can just about see the Yamaha logo there. Just about there. It's got the proper worn bull bar. Kodiak is my favourite machine ever, as you all know. This one had been relatively abused, but it's all gone now, it's sorted. Since I did the last update, a few things have happened with it. Just turn the fuel valve off. There we go. A few things have happened with it. I don't know if you remember, but it didn't have an it didn't come with a proper air filter. It came with one, but it was a naff one held in by a Coke can. And obviously since my rebuild, I want the air to be 100% clean. So the genuine air filter was ridiculously expensive. The foam part was about 60 quid plus VAT, and the the mesh part was about 60 quid plus VAT, and the foam part was about 20 quid plus VAT, and I obviously aren't going to pay that. Couldn't find any aftermarket alternatives, so I've made my own. I've simply drilled a hole in the airbox exactly the same size as the UPVC pipe I've used, so it fits in there nice and snugly. Should be relatively watertight. I am going to put a bit of silicone around it just in case. Piece of black 50mm UPVC pipe, as I've said. A Yamaha air filter, good quality air filter, runs perfect, does its job as it should. Just stick that back on. Come on. There we go. The air intake only broke, by the way, because I was taking it off that many times. Oldish rubber, fatigues, dry rots, whatever. Previous owner had a couple of jobs done, as I've said in the first videos, you probably don't remember by now. It had a new starter clutch by the previous owner. Had a new belt by the previous owner, although I can't imagine, the camera's sort of not quite focusing, there we go. Can't imagine he took the best of care of it, but as I've said, all that is sorted. It's a proper nice quad now. Looks tidy. I have learnt a hell of a lot on this quad, so I may be doing more engine rebuilds in the future, and I might actually film them this time, because that was a bit of a mistake, I didn't film it at all. Got that plastic piece I was talking about in the last video, imported that from the States, because it just makes the whole bike look so much cleaner. Haven't done a couple of bits that were wrong with it. One of them is this recoil. Does nothing, but who actually uses recoils on these? Oh yeah, I replaced the start solenoid. I broke my rules of no Chinese parts because it was so much cheaper, and it does the same job, something like that. Other thing I haven't done is fix the speedo. It was going to cost about 50 quid to fix. Nobody really bothers about the speedo on these sort of bikes. They're not properly road legal. It doesn't matter. I would have liked to fix it, but I don't think it's worth it for the cost. And the only other thing that's developed since the last time I saw you is that the neutral light and park light don't work anymore. Just the reverse one stays on, but again, not a big deal. I'm going to try and sort that out before I sell it, but there we go. Another thing I have to do is put a proper bolt in here. Originally it would have had a sort of clip underneath with the thread in it, but that's long gone. So I need to get my hand under here, sort of manipulate a bolt into there. But since you haven't seen it run in the last video, because of various reasons, I want to protect the engine after the rebuild, I will show you now. It's still got a couple of hours of running in to do, just so that when I do pass it on to the new owner, they can be pretty confident of running it harder. So I'm just going to take it easy for another couple of hours to help break it in. Potentially do another oil change, but it's had 3 or 4 already, so I don't think that's going to be a necessity. Give it a little bit of choke, not run for a few days. Fire straight up. fact, I reckon I can probably take the choke off, it runs that well. As you can see, absolutely zero smoke at all. Sounds nice and sweet, no weird noises. Revs up really cleanly. No smoke when it revs either. Don't want to go too far because it is still cold. But yeah, this is going soon, as I've said multiple times during this video. But it opens up to more space for another vehicle of some description. Don't worry about that, that's just, how do you call it? Come on Tom, condensation or whatever from being cold, that goes away after a minute or two, as it does with the car. But yeah, next few videos will be on the tractor, and then something else will be coming. I don't know what as yet, but in the next couple of months, springtime's when I normally get more and more stuff coming in. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.